Hello. Oh my gosh. Such a random hello. Anyway, hi everybody. I hope you guys had a great weekend and good week so far. Anyway, today I am continuing my empath series, and today's topic is about Dementors / energy vampires, okay? And as I go through this, I want you to start thinking about, do I have any of these Dementors or energy vampires in my life? Am I an energy vampire? Ooh. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. So Dementors, if you are a Harry Potter fan, you know what a Dementor is, okay? And if you are not a Harry Potter fan, then you need to start busting out those books because the movies don't do them justice, okay? But Dementors and energy vampires are literally people who suck the lifeblood and energy out of you, okay? And so, like I said, Dementors are literally the ones in Harry Potter that go in, and like literally suck the soul out of the characters in Harry Potter. And I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, so I don't want to get sidetracked with Harry Potter, okay? And so we've all experienced these Dementors. Even if we think that we haven't, likely across your life, you have encountered a Dementor, okay? And so I'm going to go through a list of common emotional side effects, okay? And even like after brief contact with them, like you're going to feel energetically heavy or worse, and and they feel better because they're literally sucking out your energy, okay? And so here are some common side effects that you get when you have encountered an energy vampire. Again, I like to call them Dementors. One is your eyelids start to get heavy and you feel like you want to take a nap, okay? It's like you automatically start to zone out. It's just like, they're talking or they're in your presence, and then all of a sudden you just feel really heavy and you want to take a nap. Another side effect is you feel like you've been put down, or the rug has been pulled out from under you. Or you're totally, in a totally fine mood, and then all of a sudden, like, your mood takes a nosedive. I'm sorry, I'm like reading comments and trying to speak at the same time for a Monday morning, which, side note, I think I'm going to push this back an hour, especially once my kids go to school, because it'll just be easier for my scheduling. How they are such a warped version because they have not learned. Oh God, 100%, Michelle. And often after you've been in contact with them, here's a funny thing, and I know this totally happens to me. A lot of times people, especially empaths, binge on carbs, okay, or any sort of comfort food, because comfort food, as well as other addictive stuff like sugars or alcohol or drugs or whatever, dulls the empath's senses, because we are such feelers and such absorbers. Even like, you're like, I need a fucking bowl of pasta, is literally dulling your energy. Yep, mac and cheese all the way. I mean, cheese and pasta, like, you seriously cannot go wrong. Oftentimes, seriously, all the time, you'll feel like, I like to call it slimed, or you feel like you're picking up toxic energy, and you just feel agitated around them. I did not have cable as a kid, but I know a lot of my friends did. And there was the Nickelodeon show where the people would get slimed. Like, if you're just kind of going about your business and then all of a sudden, like, you're around this Dementor, you literally feel like energetically like that you've just been slimed. And it's like, okay, I need to put myself in like a white waterfall of light after this happens, just to cleanse that, my energy field. Oh, here is a good one, because this happens to me all the time. Does the person like to corner you and tell you their life story? Okay, can I get like a hand raise for that one? Like, that, like, honestly was one of the aha moments when I realized I needed to go into psychology, because it was like, no matter where in the world I was, people were always coming to me with their problems, you know, and most of the time I was just like, oh, wow, this is really awesome. And I felt energized by it. And that's when I was just like, oh, wait, I need to go into this field. I know every empath is like, I can't get away from this. Like, I will literally go to like a restaurant or wherever with my husband, and he will go to the bathroom for literally 2 minutes. Like, he comes back, I have the server's entire life story. I'm like, well, they're in a fight with their boyfriend and now she's looking for a place to stay. And he's like, I was literally gone for 2 minutes. I'm like, I didn't even say anything. They just literally start talking to me. And it's just funny because I'm like, yeah, that doesn't really happen it doesn't happen to everybody, but it happens to empaths like 1,000 million times a day. Oftentimes the Dementor likes to badmouth or gossip about other people. And like, think about like, look, we're all human. I've done it before. And the minute I started to like, you know, do obviously healing work on myself and go, okay, this doesn't feel like, it doesn't feel good when you're gossiping or talking poorly about somebody else, right? It's all ego shit that you have not cleared up. And it's like, okay, why is it, what part of my shadow is feeling diminished or is being triggered that I feel like I have to start talking about somebody else? Yes, and I work at the courthouse. Galen, I swear to God, I can only imagine the level of you need to like keep yourself in some serious white light, girl. Like, that's what I have to say, especially like working in a courthouse. My God, energetically, like, if you're protecting yourself, fascinating. I would imagine that's just fascinating, but not like, you know, if you're not energetically protecting yourself, I'm sure you're coming home 100% drained. Oh, good. That's exciting. Looking to leave. Okay. Is the other person highly critical or controlling? Again, this is part of that drama triangle that I talk about, where you are living your life from a disempowered state, right? So there's the victim, the martyr, and the persecutor, which are all types of energy vampires that I'm getting into next, but they are all about control and being critical in order to gain a false sense of power. And the last sign is that person negative, right? And or self-obsessed. Like, we have all been around somebody who is just like, oh my God, like a complainer or just negative. And I remember one time I worked with somebody who was super negative, and every time I was around this person, it was like energetic Drano, but not in a good way. It was like my energy was just zapped, that I was like, oh my God, I actually like this person, but they're so like absorbed in this negative energy that it was hard to for me to be around it. So, common types of energy vampires, okay? We've all been around them. Maybe we have some of these tendencies, but the first one is the narcissist, okay? In a nutshell, someone who has an exaggerated sense of self and someone who lacks empathy, all right? The victim, again, this is that drama triangle by Stephen Cartman. And it's like, the victim is that woe is me, poor me, my life sucks, everything is happening to me. I have no, it's all happening to me. Like, I am not co-creating this experience. Okay. It's like, why is life happening to me or instead of for me? I always think of, Eeyore, and I have to actually try really hard to pronounce that name because, naturally I just want to say Eeyore because that's how I used to pronounce it, from Winnie the Pooh. Like, he's just a total bummer, and he's a total, like, you know, he's a victim to his life, and he is stuck in that, right? And it's like, I have no choices. This is my life, and that's it, right? Then there is the Rageaholic. Okay, this would be like a persecutor, right? Where they are super reactive, super explosive, and you know, they are using that energy to literally zap your energy out of you. And again, this is all unconscious and subconscious. Like, people aren't doing this consciously, right? Here's one. The nonstop talker, okay? There is a psychological concept called the wall of words, and it's fascinating. When I first heard about it, I was like, oh my God, wow. Like, and so basically this person just talks at you all the time and doesn't leave any space for you to jump in and get out of there, you know? And so basically when somebody has that wall of words, what they're doing is literally creating a wall between you and them so that you can't get in there and find out about them. It's a defense mechanism. That was that one. The martyr, which is the rescuer, which is I'm going to do everything for you. I'm going to rescue everything. I'm going to overhelp and overdo, and, you know, and it's exhausting when somebody is trying to, like, when somebody is a martyr or a rescuer or an enabler, it is super, super exhausting. The drama queen or the drama king, right? We've all experienced this person, and when they swirl in and with all of their drama, it check your energy field and check in with, oh, here they come with all their drama. And it's like, you know, you could feel that energy leave you unless you could, you know, you should be. Like, I love the symbol of like the bubble, and I've really been digging the image of a light, like a waterfall of light that you're like in, that's just a column, but that intense energy of that white light is super, super protective. And so how do you deal with them? Like, obviously, you know, don't be around them. But, you know, like my mom always says, you can't throw the baby out with the bath water, you know, which is true, right? But honestly, like, it always comes back to boundaries. It always comes back to using your voice. And, you know, set the boundaries. Be like, you know, if you're at a gathering with somebody, or like at like Galen, like that, like the courthouse or something, and you feel your energy getting sucked out of you, especially if you're going through a hard time, right? Like, your energy field, like when you're in a really great space, your energy field and your aura are a lot stronger. But when you are going through a really challenging time, your energy field is not at its peak performance, for lack of a better way to put it, right? And so you're super, you're going to get even more triggered by these Dementors and energy vampires. So like, the boundaries and using your voice are key. And it's like, you know, be like, you know, if you're in a gathering, be like, okay, you know what, I'm going to go to the bathroom, or I'm going to go and, you know, get a bite to food, whatever. Just excuse yourself, you know, however it is. I swear some people must think I have like the smallest bladder in the world. And because I'm always like, I got to go to the bathroom now. Always a good one, because they're not going to stop you, you know? And like, sometimes like if it's like super ridiculously bad, like wall of words, sometimes I'll just get up and I'll be like, okay, I got to go. and I'll just go and I'll go in another room or whatever, you know, and I won't even give an excuse. So check in with yourself and like, you know, as you're going about your day, right? It might be with family members, or it might be with friends, or it might be with coworkers, or, you know, whatever, somebody, even like if you're going to the post office, like, and like be curious about it and like kind of make it a game, being like, oh, how does this person make me feel? Or how is this person's energy, not even make me feel, because that's kind of victim-y, but like how does this person's energy field you know, work with mine or doesn't, and check in and be like, okay, is this person giving me energy? Like, is it lifting my energy field up, or is it not? So that's what I want to share with you today. So hopefully you're not a Dementor. And you know, we all have, you know, shadow sides, and we all have our bright and shiny sides. So, but yeah, hopefully you're not. And hopefully this helped you, kind of siphon out what, you know, what is happening within your own energy field. Love you too so much, Galen. Okay, that's all. I will see you next week. Bye.